Hi guys. So as you guys know, Sunday, May 10th was Mother's Day. And personally, it's one of my favorite holidays because I really love my mom and I love any opportunity to celebrate her and, tell the world that I really love her because she's an amazing woman and everything good in me, I think I've really learned from her. Overall, I truly believe she's angelic, and I don't mean that in a heretical way. I just mean she's actually amazing beyond words. But even though people were posting, pictures of their moms, their grandmas, people who have been mothers to them or any other kind of maternal figure that they really admired and loved, there was also a parallel discourse about how a lot of people who were posted about wouldn't really see it. So if your mom is not on Instagram and you post a picture of her and you write this long essay, she's not going to see it. If you're tweeting about your grandma, she's not going to see it. This kind of thing. And, people were calling these kind of posts, it's a social media ritual, or it's very showy and fake, it's very insincere, you're just doing it to get clout. I found myself being really upset, but the more philosophical side of things, which caught my attention, was that, there's a really clear asymmetry between how we respond to love and how we respond to loss, especially how people publicly react to those kind of things. So if you guys remember, a few months ago, Kobe Bryant passed away. And this affected a lot of people who didn't know him in real life, but who were in one way or another affected by him and his legacy and what he stood for. And what I realized is that when people lose someone, and this person doesn't have to be someone they know, it's really easy and in fact encouraged to create community out of that, and it's not the simplistic misery loves company kind of thing, right? Because it's he passed away and then that whole week was just people writing long form articles, reflection pieces, making YouTube videos about what he meant to them. And nobody said, he's not gonna see this. That wasn't ever an issue. It didn't matter that he wasn't gonna see it. What really mattered was that people could come together in this shared experience of loss and grief. But even when we don't lose a public figure, right, and we lose someone very personal and we post about it, nobody calls us out or nobody makes posts on Instagram or Twitter being I just find these so fake because, yeah, your grandfather died, but he's not gonna see you posting about him. This is true to an extent. I know he's physically not in this world and he's not on my social media platforms, but that doesn't mean that I shouldn't pay tribute to the memory of who he was and what he taught me and how I love him. Again, nobody has a problem with me doing that, even though it's very public and it can seem kind of performative. When we do it for something we love or something that brings joy to us, it's immediately seen as inauthentic, right? Being joyful is seen as just automatically insincere. And I hate that, right? Contentment loves company too. In fact, I think it should love more company because the kind of positive emotions we put out and vocalize can affect how other people feel in a positive way. And looking at something quite wholesome as people celebrating their mothers or grandmas or whatever, and then being you guys are all just, doing this for show, nobody wants to see this, or, trying to invalidate it. It's so unnecessary, and I hate it. And I realize the irony in making a complaint video about this, because I want to say we should be able to create communities out of joy and out of gratitude. I guess what I'm trying to say is that I understand that having some sort of love letter to your friends or an ode to family kind of thing isn't really what makes people go viral. I'm just really sick of the drama and the normalized existential dread and suffering and just bleakness, something, grow up, smell the roses. You know what I want to say. I don't know if I'm making sense. You know what I'm saying? Why is it that when we lose someone and we post about it, is totally fine. And it's a very like modern problem, right? Like we're all on social media, we're all performing to an extent, and for some reason it's seen as a more authentic performance if you're always miserable and depressed and sad and hate your life and you just share things that make you more sad. But if you are happy or grateful about things or enjoying your life, it's seen as fake and unrealistic and all for show. It's all for show at the end of the day, right? Like, I'm making these videos, putting it on YouTube for some sort of, I don't know, engagement discourse, but it's like curated content either way. Nobody's like live streaming their whole life. And even if they were, it would still be curated content. You're being watched. You're like, the stuff you put out is being consumed by other people. So how is it that if you are extra sad and focused on suffering, you're more authentic? You're not. But when people are enjoying things, we really want that to die out. You know what I mean? Like, this happens everywhere. Like, people will post a new car they bought, or they're going on vacation, or, they're just grateful they passed their bar exam or whatever. And then people are like, why are you showing off? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Why can't you just celebrate with this person? I don't understand. Let's say some of these things are actually showy and unnecessary. But Mother's Day, Father's Day, I get it. Like, not everyone has an amazing mom. Not everyone has a good relationship with their mom. Not everyone has a mom, period. I totally understand that. I'm not saying everyone should celebrate this. I'm just saying, if people are celebrating, why can't we learn from that and, get good vibes from that energy and go on with our lives instead of posting to be like, oh, this is so fake, this is just a social media ritual. What you're doing is also a social media ritual by sort of signifying that you're above this sort of social media ritual. At the end of the day, you're not writing it in your private journal, right? You're posting it for other people to see and agree with you or engage with you in some way or another. Anyway, until later, peace, happy Mother's Day, and please, 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 let's create community and shared experiences of love and joy and gratitude, because it'll make our lives much better. Okay, yay, bye.